Audio Jungle.
I am the Divine Prince, Ty Emmecca, Pan-African Spiritualist, Practitioner, Author, Advisor, Elagoon, Oloye, Hoodoo, Obeya, Bokur. I reside in this beautiful and legendary, historic Treme, New Orleans, Louisiana. So join me as I share food, music, culture, tradition, the rhythms, and the flavor of New Orleans voodoo. Respect the voodoo. Greetings, 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 and salutations. Honor and respect. Honor and respect. Honor and respect. It is another edition of Revolutionary Hoodoo, New Orleans Voodoo Secrets and Recipes. Powered by, sponsored and supported by NONVD, New Orleans International Voodoo Day. Become part of something extraordinary. New Orleans National Voodoo Day, now becoming New Orleans International Voodoo Day. It's not just an event, it is a movement that celebrates culture, fosters education, and connects people from around the globe. By sponsoring this event, you're supporting a tax-deductible cause that preserves heritage, uplifts art and education, and fosters healing within the community and beyond. Your sponsorship goes beyond promoting your business. It demonstrates your commitment to cultural preservation and education while supporting a unique event that brings international recognition to New Orleans. Events like symposiums, art exhibitions, sacred processions, and global speakers offer unparalleled opportunities to honor history and inspire a brighter future. Supporting an event like this means empowering a community, enriching cultural understanding, and making a meaningful impact on the world. It connects your brand to a celebration that values unity, diversity, and progress while helping preserve traditions for generations to come. Join us in creating a legacy, explore our sponsorship tiers, and help us make New Orleans International Voodoo Day an unforgettable, historic legacy and celebration. Together, we can uplift a community and inspire the world. And please do continue to visit us and receive updates about our third annual International New Orleans Voodoo Day by way of our website at www.vodouday.org. Again, that's www.vodouday.org for more information and continued updates. Greetings, one and all. Peace and blessings, joy and prosperity to you and yours. Thank you for continuing to support our weeknight podcast at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time on a network near you, a social media network near you, including Facebook, X, Instagram, my EarthCam page, certainly YouTube, LinkedIn, and anywhere that you may choose to drop the URL for the platform and the link to participate by way of the STREAMYARD, utilizing your video and your mic. I am grateful for Sister Toni Val Martinez, beloved Queen Mother, and her continued support and helping Elder Reggie and I to co-host this powerful podcast. Greetings, beloved. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Greetings, everyone. Happy you could join us here tonight. Hi, Elder Reggie. How are you?
I'm good. A lot of rain going on out here in the country, but other than that, we good. And I'm glad to be here. How you doing, Divine? How you doing, Sister Toni?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, I think, 8 days of water coming,
Mm.
according to the weather forecast.
Mm.
And right now here it's supposed to be storming according to the weather forecast.
Mm.
But knock
They
on
were saying
wood.
6 or 7 o'clock.
Hmm.
Mm.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Elder Reggie has sent me on some more homework, and it was referring to the cassava root, which
Yeah.
we call yucca.
Yeah.
We call that yucca.
That yucca.
Well, I do because my husband was Cuban, and he called
Okay.
it yucca. But that stuff poison. You know, if you eat it raw, it makes cyanide,
Wow.
and
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
you have to boil it thoroughly. And when
Mm-hmm.
you boil it, it releases the cyanide. But just think if you let it dry out and pounded it into just a powder,
Mm-hmm.
you would kill somebody. Feeding that to them in, say, a bread or something. But the reason why it didn't take good here, it took good in West Africa, Latin America, the Caribbean, Nigeria, Congo. And the reason why it didn't take in the Delta was because we have cold spells. It
Mm.
cannot take any amount of cold. And we do get frost in the Delta. And it cannot take any cold at all. And it's planted from cuttings, not from seeds. But it is good for um they got two kinds. They say they got a bitter kind and a sweeter kind. And it's good for replacing vitamins A and C in your body. But it takes kind of a long time for them to grow so you can harvest them. Like it take up to a year before they could be harvested. So I guess it's rather slow growing because they grow so long, I guess. But that's why it didn't take in the deep south because we have cold spells.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And while I was thinking of my childhood, I remembered pepper grass.
Yes, indeed.
You know pepper grass,
Oh yeah.
Divine Prince?
Absolutely. I know pepper grass.
Man, I hated pepper grass with a passion. And it grew everywhere. It just grew wild. It grew all in our yard. But
Mm-hmm.
my mom never got it out of our yard because we had dogs and ducks and chickens. So we would go on the levees and the neutral ground to get it. And sometimes she mixed it in our mustard greens.
Yes,
And
indeed.
sometimes she fixed it by itself. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I
Mm-hmm.
would put it on my daddy plate when she wasn't looking or she got up to go in the kitchen. And one time it looked like she wasn't never going in the kitchen, so I had to get it off my plate. And because it had pickled pig meat in it, I thought the dog would eat it. And the dog was always by the table. So I was dropping it down on the floor, but the dog didn't want no part of it. So when my
Yes,
mama
indeed.
found it on the floor, you know I got a good one. Go get your switch. Go pick
Yes,
you a
indeed.
switch. I got a good one. But yeah, they call that the poor man's pepper.
Yeah,
And
it's in the mustard family, but
yes,
it has sort of peppery, mustardy kind of flavor about it.
And
It
it's
also has,
toxic.
you know.
And it's toxic to animals.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was figuring maybe that's why the ducks and the chickens are nothing ate it, because they ate every other blade of grass, but they didn't mess with pepper grass. And now I'm realizing maybe they knew it was poisonous to them and they didn't eat it. But
Perhaps it was used to treat vitamin deficiencies and
yeah, and to get rid
intestinal.
of worms.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Pepper weed, but we called it pepper grass. And it was good for vitamin C and A deficiencies, and it was good for diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It helped them
We may have
regulate.
no, I was gonna say I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was gonna say we may have lost Elder Reggie because of the weather.
We may have, but I see Maceo has joined us.
Greetings, beloved. How you doing?
Eye for an eye.
And that made, and looking at the pepper grass divine, that made me look at some other things. We put onions in our food to
Oregano
cook.
oil is very good.
We cut it up, but when my daughter had a crawfish brought by her house, and they had brought the whole onion, and I know they brought the garlic, which I love. I could eat 10 cloves of crawfish garlic, but the people were eating the brown onion, just a big peeling the onion down and eating it. And that made me look it up to find out that it's an antibacterial, and it
Oh
helps with your
yeah.
blood sugar and your digestive system.
I wish you could see my face right now because I mean we grew up on that. We got
Brown
a
onion?
cold. Yes, ma'am. A cold or a flu. And my mama would boil that onion down and maybe add honey to it. Maybe another herb or something to it. But oh yeah, that was a common thing.
Cayenne
Garlic,
pepper.
We,
cayenne
we,
pepper. Yeah.
oh, I did not. My mama never did that. We did the garlic, and
Mm-hmm.
I love the
Mm-hmm.
garlic. I mean, I could just really eat too much of it. But Elder Reggie back, we thought we lost you because of the weather.
Correct. Oh man, a heavy stone passed through. But I'm back. Thanks. But what I wanted to add was I appreciate that research on the cassava. I just always wondered why it was not in the American market. If you go to the Hispanic stores, yes, you could get it, but you don't see farmers growing it here.
No, that's because of the cold we get.
Okay.
And we'll have our winter before it's ready to harvest, because it takes up to a year for it to be harvested.
Mm. Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
But yeah, I knew about the garlic, and it was good for your immune system, good for your heart, lowering your cholesterol and your blood pressure. But if you gonna eat the garlic or drink garlic water, it's best to do it on an empty stomach. And that brings me to remember the part in Sinners when Slim got sick from eating the garlic. And he said, hold on, wait, that's because I got all this beer and Italian wine in my system. But they
Yeah.
say it's best to do it on an empty stomach if you're doing it. But if you're doing it raw, but it is very good. And I know In the South, we use a lot of garlic in our food.
Mm-hmm.
We use a lot of garlic in our food.
Something else, going back to my childhood that we used was pine cones.
Just
The hard
Burvang.
wood, the hardwood pine cone,
What y'all did
and
with that?
boil that into a tea again for like serious cold and flu, to get that menthol like oil out of the pine oil out of it, and not the green pine cones, the hardwood.
Yeah, the hard when
Uh-huh.
they split open.
Yeah, my mama would wash a few of those and boil that into a tea, and perhaps add the garlic and the onion to it, and lemon and a little honey, and you'd sweat it out, but you'd be good the next day.
Wow.
Maceo, you are breaking up. You're not coming in clear.
Yeah, I thought I heard him trying to come in. But
What
you
was
missed.
that?
Oh, you was
I said
breaking up.
you.
You wasn't coming in clear.
Okay.
I
But
was not coming through clear.
one thing for people that's starting to grow any amount of a garden in their backyard or above ground garden or in ground garden, one book my mama, even though she grew up knowing a lot of signs, one book she always kept every year was a farmer's almanac.
Mm-hmm.
She could plan ahead because the farmer's almanac had a year's worth of full moons and everything else.
Yes.
And I think that it was Poor Richard's almanac.
Mm-hmm.
And it would tell you when was the right time to plant, and it'll tell you what to harvest by the moon and stuff, and when to harvest it, when the moon was gonna be full and stuff. And I think that's a good book. And they still sell it because every time I'm in the checkout line, I see it in January at any place they sell magazines and books.
Yeah, you could actually access it online now.
Yeah. Well, I like the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I could highlight and stuff. Put my hand on it right now. I want to go to it. Go to my highlight and make dog ears on the page.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Elder Reggie, you missed the part where we were talking about the pepper grass.
I did. I did miss that. I didn't hear that.
You familiar with pepperweed, pepper grass?
Yeah. Oh yes, yes.
Well,
The pepper grass, also the what they call the shallow onions, that used to grow too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I got them growing in my front right now.
Okay, now. Okay.
Growing in my flower bed.
Mm-hmm.
They grow wild.
Right. Right.
And they will
What's
take
edible
over
in your
too.
yard?
Huh?
I said, what's edible in your yard?
The wild onions.
Probably
And that's about it, because I hadn't been tending to my yard since my neighbors decided to lock me in on both sides with wooden fences, those privacy fences. And I have a little strip. When I first moved in this house, I had a big old wide open backyard. Then I had one fence come up, but that still left two wide open backyards. Then they come in and put another one up, and now I just got this little track after I done went and purchased all this yard furniture and stuff. So I'm kind of just
Toni,
busting.
are your neighbors gentrifiers, or they
Yeah, they
local?
colonizers. No, they
Right,
not.
okay.
No, they colonizers, but they're not gentrifiers.
Okay,
One
they colonized.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they grew up here. I live in Gentilly area. They grew
Mm-hmm.
up in New Orleans, but they colonizers, and when they see you having parties in your yard, they want to cut that off.
Mm-hmm.
So that really got me disgusted with my yard. Cause like when the freeze came, I didn't even put nothing up out my yard. I just left it there. I'll start anew.
Mm.
I'll
Elder
start
Reggie,
anew.
Yeah.
what's edible in your yard?
Divine, right now I don't have nothing but one palm tree in my yard that's growing. I just don't have time for that. I used to be heavy into that when I was doing the medicinal medicine and stuff like that, but I kind of got away from it, so I don't have anything.
Oh, Divine Prince, I got a lot of aloe vera, and what we was just talking about, I got pepper grass.
Yes, indeed.
I got pepper grass and lots of aloe vera in my front yard and my backyard. But yeah, we used to pick the pepper grass everywhere.
I'm growing a lot of plants in the mint family right now. I'm growing catnip.
Okay.
I'm growing catnip. I'm growing chia seeds. I'm growing eucalyptus, and I'm growing a lavender plant.
Oh wow, that's good, Maceo. Do you
Yeah,
have
I really
cats?
like the sound of that eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Do you have cats, Maceo?
Yeah, I have a cat, and yeah, I have a cat, and I also found out that catnip is in the mint family, which is why cats like it, and they also like tobacco because the tobacco has menthol. Cats like mint, and yeah, catnip is in the mint family, so that's the connection to the tobacco.
Okay, cool. I knew cats like catnip.
Yeah, my cat. I don't feel like she's my pet or my family. Like some people look at, they're not pet, they're the family. For me, she's my familiar. Like she's not living here for free. She keeps ghosts out my house. She keeps demons out my house. She helps my altar. She aids in whatever magic I'm doing. So she ain't living here for free. And she pays her way.
That's very interesting, Maceo. Yeah, familiar. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, she's an old cat. She don't do nothing but eat, sleep, and do her magic work and go to sleep. But then she's black and white. The color of your cat represents what they do. Like my cat's black and white. So what she does for me, she gives me duality, and she helps me with duality and the coexistence of both.
If you don't mind, what spiritual system are you working with these days?
I'm hoping to be initiated into Voodoo soon, or Ifa. Been doing a lot of research on them for about 10 years, but I've still been learning that like you're not officially in it or shouldn't go too far without official initiation. So I'm just as far as I can get before initiation right now into Voodoo.
Okay, I respect you, man, with that. It's just that when you said the word familiar, I know some of the witchy, not saying nothing negative about it, but I know that word is used in some of the witchy lingo.
And the Wiccan?
Witch, yeah, Wiccan. That's it, yes.
But since he brought,
that's where I hear that word at.
Well, me, I personally believe that there are many different. I personally believe that there are many witches across many different forms of magic. There's monk witches, there's voodoo witches, there's witchcraft witches, there's necromancy witches, there's all types of witches. Really, if you translate witch to African language, witch just means mama.
Yes, I like what you're teaching. Yes.
We actually got to break down words and translate what they mean instead of just using them. We got to break down the words, and I break down all my words I use. Because words are swords. If you put words backwards, it spells swords. Words are swords. Words are spells. So we got to break everything down to its smallest form.
I like what you're cooking, man. I like it.
And I listened what he said. I used to have a very large black and white long-haired cat that I don't know where it came from. It just appeared at my house one day. And of course, I took it in. It was beautiful. The cat was beautiful. But that cat was a protective spirit. That cat slept with me. I had a unpredictable husband, and the cat would literally sleep on me, laying across me.
Mm.
And he would, when my husband would pass, he would growl. Like if he was under the dining room table and my husband would walk in the room, he would growl. And then I would wake up and notice, and just lay there and notice him walking, just walking through the house at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like he was patrolling for something.
Wow.
But that was a real good cat, and I hate that I had to lose him. When I left my husband, I had to leave him behind. But he was black and white. I think that was the only black and white cat I ever had. But maybe it had a protective spirit. I mean, I like to keep cats around. I haven't had any for a long time.
Oh, I believe, yeah. Cats, dogs, and different animals definitely are that. They are what we call spirit animals. So yeah, they hold a lot of shade within them. And when you attach to one and one attached to you, it has a deeper significance. And so you do a reading around that and to really see what is going on with you and this particular animal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the alchemist that asked, do cats do this automatically? Yeah, they have to do it automatically because you really can't train them to do anything.
It depends. Well, once you start feeding your animal out of your hand, that's how you get a psychic bond with the animal. You have to hand feed them, and no matter what animal it is. If you feed them out your hand, you get a psychic bond with them, and you'll notice the animal will start copying you. How they bowl of water, drinking. As soon as you eating, they'll look at you like, "Where's mine?" And animals don't do that. So when you notice they're copying you, they use the bathroom when you use it. They're the litter box in the bathroom. They'll wait till you're in there, then they're coming. That you have to get a psychic bond with the animal first. Cat can work hard feeding them out your hand. Once you do that, then the animal will be whatever you have, whatever magic you have. That's what the animal will be doing. They watch you. They know what you're doing, whether we know it or not. Like our animals know us, so they know everything you do. They know when you're in pain, when you're itching your head. They know everything about you.
Yeah, they do know that. But Maceo, does your cat ever jump on your altar?
No, she knows what the altar is. Her food bowl is by the altar, and I have like a lot of different. I have like a statue that represents her on my altar. So like her energy is connected and intertwined with my altar. Or sometime when she sheds, I'll put some of her shedded hair on a certain place on my altar to connect her energy to the altar as well. So she's intertwined with the altar as well. She knows what it is. And like she's a very old cat. She's an elder. That's why I can't teach her nothing new. She won't mess with no cat toys or scratching posts I get her. She's already into her ways. So she definitely knows what that is.
Oh, okay. Because that's one thing. When I start doing altars on tables, I worried about the cat jumping on the altar.
Mine is against the wall, like right by my bedroom door. So like, yeah, she definitely would be doing just something crafty. And yeah, once they get past a certain age, they don't really get into all that extra crafty stuff. They just live a simple life for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she don't even when there's company around, the first thing animals do is pop out and see who that is. She don't even do that. Company come around, she does not care.
She don't care.
Now I know dogs. When dogs see spirits, they usually bark.
Yeah, DOG backwards is GOD, generator, operator, and destroyer. Dog backwards is God. God means generator, operator, destroyer. So gods are like Anubis. Gods are the guardians of the physical world. Cats are the guardians of the spiritual worlds. So while dogs can warn you, dogs can't do nothing about the spirits and the demons. They can't do nothing about it. They can warn you, but cats can actually do something about that, which is why they have the same eyes as those reptile spirits, because they can see into all 9 realms. That's why the cat's eyes switch from diamond shape to circle shape. It's not about them being in light and darkness and dilation and all that, like science tries to tell you. It's really about what they're looking at.
Right. Well, you're teaching me, because when we go back to voodoo as we speak of it, the cat bone was a very integral tool used in voodoo. But
One of the most
just don't know much about cats. So.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
And specifically the bone of the black cat.
Right, right.
Well, guys, we're running out of time.
Yeah, cats have something called spiritual contracts. Like you might have a alley cat trying to talk to you, or a cat in your parking lot, a cat underneath your car. And a cat anywhere by you is not by mistake. You don't come across no cat by mistake ever. If you come across a cat, or cats don't mess with people. If they allow you to come by them, or they're by you, that's not by mistake. If they're following you, they're trying to get pet. They're trying to fulfill a spiritual contract. If you block that cat, or you be weird about the cat, you're blocking that cat from fulfilling a spiritual contract that they're here to fulfill. So you're hurting that cat, like in the terms of their God, or however they handle their purpose in life. You're hurting you're hurting yourself.
My mom used to tell me that too about cats. A cat just don't automatically come to you because you're there. You could be there and the cat never show itself and be right under the house. But if the cat comes to you, rubbing up against your leg or something, or they show up in your yard, at your back door, at your front door, they like a messenger. And it's something they have to convey. So you have to like watch that cat. And this is strange cats. This is not your cat that have kittens in the yard. This is a strange cat like you never saw before. And you'd be like, I wonder where that cat came from.
Let me ask you this, Sister Toni, since you bring that up. Where I live at is in the country, but I see feral cats around the property. And I have found several snakes, but they've been chewed on, broke apart, or whatever around the property.
Yeah,
the cats are killing them.
Okay.
The feral cats.
I've seen a viral video. I seen a viral video of a house cat scaring a gator back into the water in New Orleans. A house cat scaring a gator back into the swamp. Yeah, that's crazy. So they got to be a spiritual thing. And I seen a cat save a little baby from a Rottweiler. Them cats got a big spirit.
But back to you, Elder Reggie. Those cats, those feral cats, are keeping those snakes out of your yard. And it's one thing, a feral cat will never come up to you naturally. So if one of those feral cats approach you or start sitting by your door or something, pay close attention to your environment.
Okay.
But it's time for us to close out this show, everybody. It's been great and wonderful. We can see you here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Divine Prince.
Yes.
That was a quick one.
You have to tell us about the 3rd annual International Voodoo Day before we sign off.
Again, you can find more information and more updates about our 3rd annual up and coming International Voodoo Day here in beautiful historic city of New Orleans, Louisiana at www.vodouday.org. Again, that's www.voodooday.org. Until tomorrow, remembering that all is truly and indeed a blessing if you can just see beyond the veils. And no matter what you do, respect the voodoo. Odabo.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Have a nice night.
Yes, same. Bye-bye.
Talk to me nice, I get sensitive. Choice of your words to convey your intentions might mean the best, but it's in your approach and delivery. I get so through by my triggers, probably from niggas who thought that they owned me. Really consider that I do, you do, we do good on our own. Back on my throne, like yeah. Accept me at my worst, like you do my best. Better than I was last year. I've been facing tests, separate from the rest. Hope you're facing all your fears. I've been going so damn hard. It's been taking all this time. Giving up ain't in my blood. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs. All in the signs. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs. I'm so nice, everybody's type. Eyes on the clock of my demise. Don't you fall into the quicksand. It's better on the cement. Telling no story, no power in your past. Even if you're 30, gotta make it last. I do, you do, we do good on our own. Back on my throne, like yeah. Accept me at my worst, like you do my best. Better than I was last year. I've been facing tests, separate from the rest. Hope you're facing all your fears. I've been going so damn hard. It's been taking all this time. Giving up ain't in my blood. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs. All in the signs. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs. They all come in time. Wait on your side. It's all in the signs. It's all in the signs.